it a beautiful morning? Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Literally, dude, I just saw a fucking TikTok, dude, that Hannah Montana, meaning Miley Cyrus, is coming back to do a Hannah Montana anniversary. Oh my literal god. Hannah Montana, there's nothing like that character for me. I think she is like the pinnacle. Hannah Montana, to this day, is like, it has never aged out. Like, and that's a crazy thing to say because that show was made in the early 2000s, which was such a time capsule for popular culture and fashion and all those things. Literally, that show is a timeless show. I'm not kidding. Like, literally, man, the concept of a teenage girl being a pop star in secret and then having to live up to the expectations of just a normal girl who gets like bullied in high school. Dude, that is literally like, they have taken Hannah Montana and made like 13 different versions of Hannah Montana on Disney Channel alone. Like, literally, I guess the concept of like a child being famous and having a sitcom about that isn't like brand new, but the way that they did it with Hannah Montana is just like, to have her actual dad and to bring in the southern element to juxtapose the like glamorous pop star lifestyle. And then on top of it, what it really is Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus, in terms of like respect level, and I'm being so genuine with you right now, and this is like maybe a little embarrassing because it's like, you should respect astronauts, you should respect scientists, which of course, but for me, like, if I had to say who's the number one person I respect in the world of all history of all time, dude, my answer is Miley Cyrus. And let me say why, though. Because Miley Cyrus has always striven to be authentic. And she has had so much pressure on her. And she has been on the confines of like the perfect Disney kid all the way to like an edgy pop star to a well-respected Grammy-winning artist. Like, she has done it all. And she can do it all. And she does it all, and she does it in a way that's unique. I mean, like, to me, her eras of the last couple of years, and including now, she is literally a rock and roll artist. Like, her voice is one of my favorite voices of all time, just simply based on the fact that it's so raspy in the perfect way, and the way she uses it is like, I literally can't think of an equivalent. She is literally a rock star. She is the pinnacle of a rock star, and for her to basically be playing like a character of a pop star while simultaneously living as a pop star, because I can't imagine the identity toll. That's another element of it. I'm like, she's had such a specific experience in the world because her identity has always been her, I don't even know, like the topic of her life. Hannah Montana, to be an actual child named Miley Cyrus, and then you play a character named Miley Cyrus on a show. Already, the identity thing is like, okay, well, where do I start and where does this character begin? Then on top of that, you play a pop star and you are advertised as a pop star to like an actual pop star to kids, and you put on concerts that are Hannah Montana concerts. So then you have an identity as a pop star who's like a complete and total character of who you are. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say a parody because I actually hold Hannah Montana to very high regard, genuinely, but a caricature of a pop star. I guess the concept of identity at that age is so specific, and she has then with her music like really gone through so many different versions of her authentic self, and I see her as so multifaceted as like what she stands for. She has literally had a charity from a very young age. When I think she started her charity when she was like a teenager. She started a charity for trans homeless youth. When she was like, are you crazy? The amount of like foresight that she had to have, like, I don't know, like, people start charities for anything, right? Like, artists start charities for anything. There are people who are like, I need to help turtles. I need to do this. I need to do that. She took such a specific message, and she is, like, the ultimate, like, celebrity. Like, that's who you want to be when you're a little girl. You want to be Miley Cyrus. You want to be Hannah Montana. So for her to have that platform and to use it to have a charity, like, for this very, I don't want to say controversial, but stigmatized at the time, especially unpopular, for that to be the topic of conversation. I just, like, I also think every single time she's been in a relationship, I've been like, okay, girl, like, I see you, girl. She has an incredible taste. Like, I don't care. Look, I am a true celebrator of our pop girls. I'm thankful. I'm grateful every single day that I was born in the time that I'm born, simply based on the fact that the music that I have access to, I have, like, every song that's ever been created, and I'm living currently with some of the best artists of all time. Some icons, some genuine icons for all timers. And they're making music, and they're like 10 years older than me. What a privilege, dog. Some pop artists have had extremely questionable choices in men, okay? And I don't even want to blame women for that, because literally, dog, like, men are terrible and men need to be held accountable. If you were married to literally a perfect angel icon pop star, like if you were married to Britney Spears, if you were married to Ariana Grande, and you fucked that up and you're a piece of shit, and you have, like, you know what I mean? Like, that is such a them problem. I don't hold it against any of the pop girls. But that being said, Miley Cyrus, her roster, dog, and by the way, let's not forget Nick Jonas and her. Literally, like, Nick Jonas has written his best songs. He's written his best songs about Miley Cyrus. Literally, Lovebug. There's a scene in the Jonas Brothers documentary, which, by the way, of course I watched that. It was made for me. The Jonas Brothers documentary, Chasing Happiness. Which, I don't know. It's the documentary is fine, but literally there is, like, home footage, or, like, never before seen footage, I don't fucking know, of Nick Jonas as a teenager for the first time recording Lovebug. Dude, I can't. Literally just thinking about him, like, reading off a piece of paper of him writing, called you for the first time yesterday. I finally found the missing part of me. Felt so good, but you were far away. Left me without anything to say. Now I'm speechless, over the edge, I'm breathless. I never thought that I'd catch this love bug again! Literally, dude. And by the way, the harmonizing of the guitars, that, to me, Lovebug is, like, an unbeatable Jonas Brothers record. It is so good. It's so good. I don't know what else to tell you. Literally, that song, I want that at my wedding. I don't even want to get married. I just want to have a party where I'm slow dancing with someone and we play Lovebug. Okay? And everyone's watching me and this hot person on the dance floor, and we're in love, and Lovebug plays. That's what I want. I don't want to get married. I don't want to sign a contract. But I want that. Lovebug, like, the recording to add in, like, little moments of conversation, of, like, weird ass conversations, and it's like a group setting, to have those little moments where they're like, James Taylor, no way, in the background, and then, like, at the end, like, I dropped my pencil. That is capturing something. It's capturing life, dog. It's literally capturing life. And then like, that's the background, is like real life is fucking happening, and socialness and like people being authentically themselves. I don't know, to put those little moments in a song about someone's first love, 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 I can't get you off my mind. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth? I think about your eyes all the time. Modesty is just so hard to find. Like, it is, it literally makes me emotional thinking about that song. I just think that song is just gorgeous. And you know who that fucking song is about? It's about Miley Cyrus. It's about Miley Cyrus. And let's not forget, Nick Jonas literally wrote a song like called fucking Wedding Bells or some crap about her getting engaged to Liam Hemsworth. And then we go to Liam Hemsworth, which, like, Miley, I don't think anyone can blame you there. Like, Liam, come on, dude. Is that not the most attractive couple of all time? Like, Miley fucking Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth? Like, that's hot. I'm sorry, but she has incredible taste. Cody Simpson, he's like an Olympian and a pop star. Like, what the fuck? Like, of course Miley Cyrus scores that. And then her husband or fiance, or I don't know if they got married yet, but looks great. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about him, but I love that she's in love and, like, I don't know anything about him type of vibe. You know what I mean? And I just think, like, she has just her eras. I mean, every single era. I'm talking meet Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana era. I remember Don't You Wish That You Could Be a Fly on the Wall, Can't Be Tamed. A Wrecking Ball, are you kidding me? That was like 2013. I was 10 years old, and Miley Cyrus was swinging on a wrecking ball, like, naked. Like, and everyone was talking about it. Hannah Montana as well, Miley Cyrus, I grew up with her literally. Like, I think she's like 30. I'm 22. So, like, her stuff was like still being made. She has like those like crazy 300 fucking extensions in her head, like those seasons of Hannah Montana, which by the way she looks so gorgeous in. And she like cut her hair, which I'm like, that just cutting your hair to signify a new era is kind of like, you have to do that. That's the thing about Sabrina Carpenter is like, I feel like Short and Sweet, To Man's Best Friend, it doesn't even feel that different of an era because I'm like, you have the same hair. And Olivia Rodrigo, kind of the same thing. Like, Guts feels like a continuation of Sour because she has the same hair. But if she like when someone gets like a fucking, they shave their head and bleach blonde it and they make an album and have an album cycle, that is like so, I don't know, like that's so necessary for it to be a true era, is to do your hair differently. But she shaved her head, dyed it blonde, had like a shortcut, and then I remember like the MTV Movie Awards happened where she was like had a teddy bear on her back and Robin Thicke was there, like, and they were grinding on each other. I remember this. I remember watching that. And what I remember is I had no problem with it, but everyone was saying this is like, people were tearing her apart about it in like literal news, in the news. She was just getting torn apart, and literally I was like, all I saw as a 10-year-old girl watching this on YouTube was she's literally like has a new haircut and she's like shaking her butt a lot. I didn't even see it as like overly sexual. I don't know. I don't even know if I really had a big concept of sexuality at that time, but I didn't even see it as a sexual thing. I saw her as like, oh, she's going through her rebellious phase of life. Like, okay, cute. That's how I literally took it. And so for other people to like, the reaction to be, oh, this is bad. Oh, this is like, oh, like she's gone crazy. She's doing drugs. And for me to see like, oh, that's how a woman is treated when she, I don't know, becomes an adult kind of, and is like, oh, like it's making a choice creatively that is like not as feminine or something. I don't know. Like, it was just like, I didn't have a problem with it. What I was so really aware of was the reaction to it, and just like being like, the overall thing was like, she's crazy. If you like her, she's crazy. And like, we can't stop. It's about has drugs doing, I don't know. It was just like so demonized and so weaponized against her. And no, she kept on pushing forward. Then she doubles down. That's why I respect her as well. She doubles down and she puts out the one with about all the drugs. And I'm like, I've gone back to that album. I've gone back to so many. I love all of her albums, truly. But even the one where she's literally doing drugs and it's like Dead Pets, literally has great quality music. Pablo the Blowfish is actually great. And what does it mean? Okay, literally dog. Literally dog. I remember a core memory for me is her What Does It Mean performance on SNL, because I grew up watching SNL with my family. Would watch it every single episode my whole life. And then she performed Miley Cyrus and her Dead Pets, and I remember everything. She's at a piano and she's literally has like a crazy long wig and she is gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she's performing the song and it's like obviously really, it's like, ooh, it's like whimsical. It's like, I had a dream that you and I were on a skateboard with David Bowie. And like, I don't know, but it was like real. But the song, even though it's like whimsical and I don't think it's silly. I really am like, that is such a real ass song. And what does it mean? What does it mean? And the fact that she's screaming it, the fact that she goes from like a little kid singing a lullaby to like screaming, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? I want to scream, what does it mean? What does it mean? And she's actually screaming it, but is sonically gorge. Oh my God! I have rewatched that performance more times than you know. I love that performance. And what do you mean? What do you mean? What does it mean, girl? Is literally on Dead Pets. And then she comes out with like Younger Now and Malibu and fucking the pink one with Dua Lipa on it and the fucking... But let me tell you something else. Her last album, Something Beautiful, I cannot believe that this album isn't as big as it should be. Something Beautiful is... I literally can't even talk about it. But I have to talk about it because no one's talking about it. Something Beautiful is so good. It is the best album I've ever heard. I don't know how to, like, do yourself a fucking favor. First of all, let's not pretend it's not the end of the world. Okay. This song for me is a quintessential classic pop song. It is devastating and heartbreaking all to a gorgeous melody and beat. Let's pretend it's not the end of the world. Is that not the most tragic sentence you ever heard? I feel like it's like if Lana Del Rey made a rock song, even though it's not a rock song, it is a true pop song. It has like, it feels everything. And then the visual component to go along with it. A person has never looked better. A human being has never looked more beautiful and glamorous and sexy and sensual and confident and hot and strong and fucking effervescent and feminine and like just gentle but strong but gorge, like fucking perfect. It's literally perfect. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't say that about any song. That's absolutely not true. I say that about so many songs, but literally let's pretend it's not the end of the world. And the song that comes right after that song, Tell Me Something Beautiful, that song where it's like genre bending and it goes from like this jazzy gorge, like, of course, it's like so good, dude. It's so fucking good. This like jazzy intro, and then it goes once again. She's flipping genres back and forth, and it's working. It's like this duality that is so good because it's expressing true human emotions, which is like, it's a roller coaster. When you're going through hard things or deep things, it's a roller coaster of like, I'm wondering, and then you're angry, and then like, oh, and then it goes into this like hyper like, wow. It's literally so good. It's like a movie. And the whole album is great. It's so good. And the visuals are astounding. Like, you know how everyone slept on XOXO by Camila Cabello and then they revisited it and they were like, actually, this is something special? They're going to do that with Something Beautiful. A couple years is going to pass and then they're going to look back at Something Beautiful and they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. There was actually something really important going on here and we all ignored it. Why? Because I don't know what's wrong with you. What's wrong? I'm not ignoring it. Same thing with Kesha. Kesha came out with an album. I don't remember what it's called, but it has the song Eat the Acid on it. And it is like a 30-minute album. It's a quick album, but it really packs a punch. And there are some really quality songs on there and no one talks about it. And I'm like, Kesha needs to be talked about because Kesha's important. And Kesha's special, and Kesha has something to say, and everyone's like, oh, we support Kesha, but are you really supporting Kesha if you're not listening to what she's saying? Because I'm listening to what she's saying, and the song Freedom off her last album that had Joyride, the song Freedom is so good. It's once again taking you through an experience. That's what Something Beautiful does. It takes you through an experience, and that's what, like, that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what Lovebug does too, by the way. But whatever. Anyways, she's coming back with Hannah Montana, and all I really care about when it comes to Miley Cyrus, I like feel emotional. Ugh. But all I really care about, because I truly respect her and love her. Sorry, I know it's parasocial, but I just like, I don't know what it is. Ever since I've been a little girl, I've just admired her. And I respect the fuck out of her, dog. Anyways, I just want her to be happy and peace. She's been through so much. Leave Britney alone. Miley Cyrus has been through so much. And literally, dog, I know I'm sounding so parasocial right now. But for her identity, that's such a shaking, unfoundational issue to have. Not issue, I don't want to say that, but like core purpose to have in life is to be shaken about who you are. And so the fact that she is, I don't want to say comfortable, because I'm sure there's elements that are uncomfortable, but embracing these different identities that have been put onto her from a very young age, which, by the way, I would have been maybe resentful, or I am resentful of some of the identity issues I had because of other people. But for her to like come back to it and make joy out of it is like, she is the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is actualized. She is like, she knows what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? I just love Miley Cyrus, and I'm gonna do everything and anything I need to fucking do to get those fucking tickets in my fucking grubby little fucking hands, bitch. I need to go see her because I've never seen her live, and I need to do that. That's something I need. I didn't even mean to talk about Hannah Montana, but whatever. I will always take the opportunity to talk about Hannah Montana. Also, Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff. I'm so sorry. Hilary Duff, literally is like making a comeback right now, and it's interesting because Hilary Duff was more my oldest sister Michaela's vibe. Hilary Duff, like the Lizzie McGuire show, was kind of before my era, but of course I knew who she was because she's a pinnacle. This is an iconic, almost timeless television show because it is in the time, but Lizzie McGuire, I'm like, once again, an ultimate, a classic concept for a children's TV show. A little girl who narrates and talks to herself and is navigating life, and she has like a little animated character to like pep talk her. That's like, but chill, and like her, like, I don't actually know what it is. What's the cartoon character? Is it like her best friend, or is it like her in her head? It's a cartoon. Maybe I should take a watch. Maybe I should go on Disney Plus and actually watch a fucking episode. I've only ever seen a Lizzie McGuire movie. I've never actually seen an episode of Lizzie McGuire, but that's obviously something I need to navigate in my life. I have a hat that is the Lizzie McGuire animated character, and it says "I'm so cool," and it's bright pink, and I wore it to Disney World when I went this year, but she's making a comeback. But honestly, the most prevalent Hilary Duff things in my life, dude, were Gossip Girl, Cheaper by the Dozen, of course, and the Cinderella Story. Dude, I have a Cinderella Story on DVD. I would watch that movie. That's one of those movies that, because I had it on DVD, I've seen it 1,000 times, and it is iconic. Jennifer Coolidge, are you kidding me? That, like, Regina King, are you kidding me? And then, like, literally Lizzie McGuire. And then also the girl that's in that movie who plays the quote-unquote villain, I love her. And, like, the 3 Barbies, like, the 3 angels with, like, the pink, iconic Cinderella, like, I just think that movie's so genuinely good, and she's so good in it. Waiting for you is, like, waiting. Waiting for you to blah, 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 blah is, like, waiting for rain in this drought. Hopeless, what does she say? Hopeless and disappointing, or something like that. Dude, fucking so good, dude. And the soundtrack is good. And they end up going to, like, I don't know, the whole aesthetic of that movie is great. Okay? But that really made an impression on me. And then Cheaper by the Dozen, are you kidding me? Those movies are gold. Those movies are gold, baby. Those movies deserve true, like, they deserve their own Hollywood Walks of Fame in terms of how good those movies are. And then you're telling me the second one has, I'm sorry, Taylor Lautner. I'm sorry, literally Eugene Levy. I'm sorry, the guy who plays Superman, who's the hottest person ever in the world. And then I'm sorry, let's not forget Steve Martin. Like, literally, in terms of hot, I'm talking about in terms of hot factors, Steve Martin is hot. And he always has been hot, and he always will be hot because he's authentically himself. And a dream Halloween costume for me would actually be Bernadette Peters and him from that movie, The Jerk. That is like a dream Halloween costume for me. Is Bernadette Peters in that movie. I think that movie's so fucking good. Oh my god, I love The Jerk. But I'm back to Hilary Duff. Like, I don't give a fuck. Once again, Cheaper by the Dozen 2 specifically, I've seen that movie 1,000 times. Like, I know everything about it, and it literally, like, that moment where he sees her lower back tattoo made me a woman. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I like it. That's how I felt as a little kid watching Cheaper by the Dozen 2. And then she was in Gossip Girl and famously had the threesome scene. And that's honestly, I remember 2 things from her in Gossip Girl, which I cannot believe literally Hilary Duff, her damn self, actually did these scenes, because, like, I just cannot. But there's a scene of her in Gossip Girl where she, like, does, like, spoken word. I don't even know what it is. It's like they're practicing for a play, or they're doing, like, a scene in a movie. I don't know, but, like, the characters in the show are, like, acting something out or doing a dance. And I have a very rough memory of it, clearly. But she literally just she's singing a song when she's doing it. She, like, I can't even breathe thinking about this scene because it's, like, a crazy scene. Literally, dude, she, like, I don't know, is, like, trying to, like, prove a fucking point, bitch. To Penn Badgley's character. I remember that scene. I'm sorry I cannot describe it very well, but I just have, like, an image of my head of it being so dramatic, and it was just, like, so, like, lame if it actually happened in real life, and it was just, like, whatever. But, and then I remember the threesome. Where were you when you saw the Hilary Duff threesome on Gossip Girl? Where were you? I know where I was. I was seated in front of my computer, and I was watching that being like, is this really happening? Is this really happening right now? And it was really happening, and I honestly had to skip it. I literally had to skip it. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it, just for me and who I am. It was just like the awkwardness of Penn Badgley watching them kiss, and, like, that scene, dog. I can't. It's probably one of the most haunting scenes I've ever seen. It hasn't left me. Oh, God. But yeah, that's how I know Hilary Duff. And then I know she became a mom, and I know that I feel like she has a company or something. But she's back. And from what I've seen, it's great. And she still has great fashion sense. So, like, I'm, like, supportive of Hilary Duff. We're going to go a completely different direction. I've watched so many things that I want to talk about, low-key. I've been watching more Nirvana the Band, the TV show. I've been watching Survivor. I've been watching Love Story with Carolyn Bessette and fucking John F. Kennedy. And I've been watching this show called Neighbors on HBO, which is actually really good. Really good. Like, really, really good. And then I've been watching, obviously, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I'm on episode 2, by the way. I'm literally on episode 2, mind you. But I just want to say, on camera, I just want to document this. I love these women. I love these women. I do. Like, I truly do. I genuinely do. I love them. Every single one of them. I don't give a fuck. I like Whitney. I like fucking Jen. I like Taylor. I even like Demi. I don't care. Layla. Oh, Layla. Oh, Layla. If you can hear me, Layla. Oh, girl. Layla has consistently been my favorite one on the show. Because, honestly, she's only 24. I think that's what people are forgetting. These are still very young people. When we watch Real Housewives, it's like, or most reality shows, I would say, maybe, like Traders or whatever, these are like grown-ass people in their 40s and 50s and 60s even. No, I wouldn't even say 60s. 60s? Maybe. There probably has been a Real Housewife that's been 60. But, like, these are people who have, like, established lives. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they are just beginning their lives. Okay, they are still so young. And Layla literally, I think, is 24, 25. She started the show when she was 22, when she was my age. I can't imagine that. And the thing she's navigating and talking about on camera, I've never seen people talk about on camera. She's talking about, literally a guy has never made her come. Crazy. She's talking about being addicted to GLP-1s or like Ozempic or whatever. No one's talking about that. And like she's crying and she's like breaking down like, I don't know what to do. I can't stop. Whoa. Emotional. And she's talking about kind of growing up and like not really having a choice in her situation because Utah is so white and the white culture there is so, it is the culture. The culture is white. Like, you know how white people don't have culture? Exactly. That's Utah. You know what I'm saying? White people's culture is like ultra misogyny, traditional, like boring standards that every single person needs to be the exact same. Like that is the standard of white Salt Lake City culture or Utah culture in general. And so for her to be navigating that as a black woman and talking about that on the show and like I don't know. I just think the topics she's talking about are so important to capture because even though they seem maybe frivolous, because I'm like, okay, girl, I know there's like, you know, it's very much giving like Kim Kardashian, my diamond earring just fell in the ocean. There are people who are dying right now, Kim. Like, I get it. But also, these very crazy, wild aspects of humanity are coming up right now as at the same time as like Epstein files and true like just tragedy and political complete fucking disarray and chaos and true disharmony and violence and fucking corruption are coming to a head. So is things like an addiction like Ozempic rise and AI and identity issues and racial issues and gender issues and like issues with womanhood and the patriarchy and misogyny, and like they need to be talked about too. Because there is an inequality if a guy has never made you come and you have sex with him all the time and every single man that you ever dated has never made you come. It is a huge thing that so many women deal with. And it's like never discussed. Because it's like, I don't want to embarrass the guy I'm with. I'm like, she's actually taking one for the team right now. Like, I literally love Layla. I just love all the women. I really do. I just think they are the bravest women on television. I don't even have any comments about like any of the drama going on. Like dadtok, I'm like, yeah, it's just them. They want to. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna say something real. Are you ready for me to say something real, dude? There is a very interesting cultural shift happening right now between men and women. And Mormon culture is completely, I say this as an ex-mo, so I actually have an educated opinion on this bitch, because I actually know the culture. Like, women are subservient to their husbands, no, like, if ifs, ands, or buts about it, bitch. According to that religion, men have special powers spiritually that women don't have. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever fucking heard? Women alone, even if you don't know you're being spiritual, you are a spiritual being. In a way, you create life. You're the closest. You are God, girl. Like, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you are God. There is like a misconception, I don't know if you know this, that there is a white man in the sky who gives you demerits and merits depending on what you do, good or bad, according to rules made up by prophets on earth, apparently. That's not real. That's something that men made up. And what's actually God is creation of life, which every single woman holds within them. So the concept that men have priesthood or have these more clearer communication, directives between the creator of life and themselves more than women is complete, I don't know, like violent, lies. And so that's happening along the side of, like, men have like the most dominant say for sure, and if you're a woman who fights that at all, then you that's not what God would have wanted according to this religion. At the same time, women, they are the breadwinners. They are like the dominant figures in their households, and these men are completely, quite frankly, dependent on them, and are, I don't want to say taking a step back, because I don't believe taking care of your family is taking a step back. I don't want to say that at all. But they are like moving depending on where the wife's career takes them, as opposed to what I would say in the past, it was very normal for a wife to just drop everything about her life to move wherever her husband's career took them, because he was the breadwinner, because he was the dominant one. And so for the fact that dad talk is like, they're trying to make dad talk a thing, it's never gonna be a thing, just to be clear, because y'all don't have as much charisma in the tip of your pinky finger as every single one of these women do, okay? I don't mean to shame people about their looks, but I'm shaming men about their looks, because women are shamed about their looks every fucking day of their fucking lives from the moment that they're born. But men, you can look like the fucking animals from Ice Age and you know, you're hot if you have good hair. Like, it's crazy, the standards. So I actually am gonna shame men, because I think men should wear makeup and should do their hair and should have hygiene and pluck hair and fucking do everything that women have to do to uphold the standards of beauty in the world. Or we could both come down, but I like makeup and I like hair, so I want you to come to my level. I don't want to stoop down to yours. Nonetheless, they're uggos. Those women are beautiful and their husbands are uggos, and I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And they're also the most like Mormon ass, Salt Lake City, Utah ass men looking ass men I've ever seen. Like that is what Mormons look like. Like I like, that's why it's also important for this to be documented, because it's like, girl, this is for real what Mormons do and look like, and their taste, and like this is what it is, okay? It's just like them riding. It's not even riding the coattails. I think there's like this dynamic of like men feel emasculated when women live up to the highest levels of who they really are. Okay, and that's exactly what's happening. Is these men feel inferior, and they're not okay with feeling inferior to a woman or their wives, much less. And so they have to be like, no, I'm gonna do dad talk too. And it's like, okay, girl, why don't you become a doctor? You dropped out of medical school. I know I don't even mean to hate like that, because I'm like, we all are living our own lives. Like, I really don't care. If you don't want to be in medical school, don't be in medical school. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but she is gorgeous and like charismatic and beautiful and smart and funny and interesting and has a beautiful heart. That's why she's famous, and that's why she's made a career out of this. It's because she's watchable, and she's entertaining, and she's like a lucky fucking star. And you, bitch, I hate to break it to you, but you're an uggo. You're literally an uggo. And that's how I feel about all of them. And I don't even care if that's mean. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I do like some of the husbands more than others. And in reality, I actually don't even mind the husbands that much. It's just the concept of dad talk. That's the thing that makes me upset. It's not even them. I kind of even like the husbands, and I feel like they're more emotionally intelligent than I might give them credit for. That being said, are they? Like, let's be real, dude. Like, are they? They're still in the Mormon religion, and they're still, like, dating women that are, like, way younger than them, and they still are, like, totally riding the coattails off their wives, but whatever, dude. Okay? Like, whatever. But, yeah, I love that show, and I'm on episode 2, and I can't wait to watch the rest of the season! Ah! Also, Whitney Levitt's still in Chicago. She's been in Chicago for a minute, dude. She's been in Chicago for a minute. Okay, let me talk about Survivor. So, Survivor's so good, guys. Survivor's so good. And I love it. I love this show. I literally said that out loud watching the show the other night. I love this show. It's my favorite show. It's my favorite show, dude. Survivor, because you know what? You get to see real human beings. And you get to see people attack a situation in 1,000 different ways based on who they genuinely authentically are, and you get to see the way their brain works, and know what, they're all equally great. Like, that's honestly how I feel. Is Survivor 50, it's not even like 2 degrees, it's luck, because they do draw, like, if they could play this game, I literally think they could play this exact cast 10 times in a row, and there would be a different outcome every single time. Like, I really do think there's a lot of luck in there, not to discredit them, but I think they are all seriously equally great players in different ways. And I think that's so amazing to see. And I love every single person, like, even the people that are getting voted off, like, from the oldest player to the youngest player, I'm like, I love these people. I love them. And they're having fun, and they're, like, and they're excited to like, it's, I don't know, they're just like embracing life. They're just embracing life, dude. And I love to see old feuds. Oh my gosh, nothing fucking gets me more excited than seeing like 10-year long feuds in real life. I love that. That's why I love the show Neighbors. So Neighbors is on HBO, and Neighbors is basically about real life neighbors who have feuds around the country. And it's a comedy. Like, it is very funny. It's kind of like John Wilson. Imagine if John Wilson made this show. That's how that show is. It's very much like you're watching these you're watching a bunch of eccentric people. And I think the point of the show is kind of to show both of these people in this feud are kind of maybe well matched in terms of their oddness and their questionable character. But it's like still like human nature. Like, not everyone has to get along. People are naturally going to have disagreements, and it's just fun to see like these eccentric people be kind of perfect for each other but hate each other. You know what I mean? That being said, a couple episodes you're like, okay, clearly there is a right and there's a wrong person here. And like, clearly this person's crazy and this person's relatively sane, and has to deal with this crazy person, and that sucks because you can't choose your neighbors. There are also episodes like that. But the show is so good, and I love it. I literally love it. And almost every single person is like, this is a real person in the world. This is a real person in the world who like makes money. Like, they have enough money to buy a house. Like, it's crazy. I really do love it. I love it. And obviously, like, most of them take place in fucking Florida or, like, the middle of nowhere south. Like, or, like, Midwest or whatever. Like, it's literally, like, these neighbors who have, like, moved into, like, the middle of nowhere, usually. It's so funny. And then I'm watching Love Story. Love Story, I'm gonna be so honest with you. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to share my real opinion. There's nothing wrong with this. I hope people love the show, okay? And I do like the show. I'm going to continue to watch the show. But I think it is such a departure from the truth that I'm like, this is truly like a scripted ass, like, la fantasy. Like, it's basically complete fiction. Just with like the aesthetics of Carolyn Bassett and John F. Kennedy. Like, it's literally their aesthetics, and they're like, but it's them as a character. Like, oh my God. That being said, I think the writing is getting poorer as the season goes on. I think the storyline is getting poorer as the season goes on. I think it's getting like, I think it started off really hot and like, maybe even I would dare to say even close to what actually happened. It just more dramatized. At this point, it's like, this feels like high speculation, and like they were trying to say something and they were using these people's real lives to say it instead of like saying the truth or like telling the story in actuality. But I think Ryan Murphy has actually done this a couple times, and I appreciate that he's actually saying something about this, because even though it has nothing to do with what I think the actual story is, he does continue to put these like empathetic lenses on women about like, for example, in the show Impeachment about fucking Monica Lewinsky and the multiple women who had affairs with Bill Clinton, Annalee fucking, what's her last name? Annalee Ashford plays one of the women. I wasn't alive during this, so please forgive my lack of remembering. But like, she plays like this blonde woman who like doesn't have is like comes out about being, I think, sexually assaulted by Bill Clinton, and kind of shows why she made some of the decisions she made, and basically like she was backed into a corner, like, and she was trying to survive, bitch. And it's been a storyline in that show, as well as it's been a storyline in now Carolyn Bassett, of like the way that media attacks women, and that like women, like, it's so interesting to be a woman. And I'll end on this because I'm like, whatever, man. But like, it's just like, it's interesting to be a woman because you are over-sexualized to the nth degree from the moment you're born, genuinely, to the moment you die. And women are perfect, and yet they're literally picked apart for every single thing ever under the sun. And it's just like, I don't know, and men are just simply not treated the same. And I know this is like a conversation that's happened 1,000 times, but literally it still happens, And people justify it every single time. So maybe we still need to fucking talk about it. Because literally, Donald Trump, our president, our nation's president, is our president, right? And y'all are attacking Jessie Buckley because she was like, this guy had a cat and he was annoying me. And I told him, like, okay, I don't want to be with this cat anymore. And you guys are calling her an abusive person. And I'm not saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, on paper, yeah, it doesn't sound great. Okay? It doesn't sound great. Do I think she should be canceled like Harvey Weinstein was canceled over this thing? No, I don't. Okay? I actually don't. I'm not saying what she did was great. And I'm not even saying what, like, that but I don't really care. I don't really care because Jessie Buckley is a gorgeous, talented, Oscar-nominated, just, like, great artist, girl, giving us vulnerable, pushing the envelope forward things. And what else has she done that's so bad? What else is this is the one bad thing she's ever done in her life. If that's the worst thing, if that's the worst thing she's ever done in her entire life, I think we're going to be okay. Because literally, dog, there are so many, I can't name a single, like, male celebrity that hasn't done something egregious and awful. You know what I mean? And it's just like, y'all, like, I don't know, just the way that women are treated in the limelight, it's like, you're over-sexualized. The second you do something sexy, you're like, oh my God, how dare you? It's like, you've been sexualizing me since I was a child. What do you want me to do? You know? It's like, it's just like, there's no wing and whatever, dude, okay? But, I'm literally gonna go see Gerard Carmichael tonight. At the Bell House. So excited, dude. I love Gerard Carmichael. I think he has excellent taste. I think I've listened to, like, I've seen every special, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big fan. I love the Gerard Carmichael show. I think he's so funny. I think he's so talented. I think he's very interesting. I like his mind. And whatever. And I love seeing, I think him navigating his relationship with his parents has been, like, genuinely one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen, just in terms of how I view my relationship with my parents. I just think it's so vulnerable. Once again, these people are the bravest people alive. I think it's so vulnerable to take your actual parents and you and have a camera on you for the world to see the very, like, personal conflicts between you and your parents. And also to show your parents in a bad light. Like, that is so vulnerable. And most of the reality show is kind of a reflection on him as a person. And, like, obviously, but, like, everyone's as flawed as the other. But, like, really, it's one season and it ends on him kind of being, like, the most flawed person of all. And, I don't know. I just love Gerard Carmichael. And he has really good taste. And that scene of him talking to Tyler, the creator, I was like, girl. That scene in the Gerard Carmichael show where he's talking to Tyler, the creator, is the equivalent of the scene in Gossip Girl with Hilary Duff having a threesome with Penn Badgley. That level of, like, get me out of here! Meg Stalter that I felt was, like, insurmountable. Those are haunting scenes, doll. Haunting scenes. Anyways, I'm gonna go because I need to go get ready for that. But I loves ya. Bye.